Last month, the Philadelphia 76ers CEO purchased Team Dignitas and Apex Gaming with the goal of becoming the most dominant franchise across the eSports space. And he's not alone. Peter Guber, a co-owner of the Golden State Warriors, purchased Team Liquid along with the owner of the Washington Wizards. These are big names with deep pockets. The question now is, what will this new ownership do for the esports industry? Hi, I'm Forrest for Faulty Lid, and today we're going to talk about why esports are about to boom in America. The most dominant teams in esports come from Asia, and it's no secret why. These teams have a bigger audience and earn more revenue. Their team infrastructure includes multiple coaches, managers, scouts of their opponents, practice squads, and more. The average American team has maybe a manager and a figurehead coach. As the website overbuff.com points out, these Asian teams are rumored to practice up to 16 hours a day, and there is also hearsay about these teams showing up with multiple page scouting reports on their opponents. In contrast to this, our American teams showed up to the APAC Premier Invitational ready to play Overwatch, and that's about it. No report on Asian strategies, no information on players, and no information on team compositions. This is massive. These Asian teams show up with a game plan and knowledge of your game plan. They don't need to waste time or mental energy figuring out your game, they already know it. They've studied it. This allows them to focus on execution, while their American counterparts figure out how to deal with Eastern strategies on the fly. Ask any athlete and they'll tell you the team that can think less has a huge advantage. It makes reaction times faster and focus deeper. This lack of infrastructure is unheard of in traditional American sports. The average NFL team goes into their games on Sunday with countless pages of scouting on their opponents. They have stats on what teams usually pick for plays, whether it's 1st and 10 or it's 3rd and 2. They know which direction you run the ball best and where you pass the ball most successfully. They'll see you coming because there are no secrets. They know who your players are. They know if your safety is dealing with a hamstring problem or that one of your offensive linemen is a rookie replacing your injured veteran. They can attack weaknesses and they can take away strengths. Now, if one team had this information and the other did not, the team without scouting reports is sure to get crushed. The margin of error between victory and defeat in professional sports is already small enough in a fair match. American esports teams are a good player sitting down at a poker table next to a card shark who already knows their hand. But all of that is about to change. The average NBA team was worth $207 million in the 1999 to 2000 NBA season. Today, the average NBA team is worth $1.25 billion. NBA owners and other American sports franchise owners didn't grow their franchise values over 600% since the start of the century just to watch a new sport capture a part of their market share. If esports are going to grow, the money behind our established sports infrastructure wants a seat at that table. This is why ESPN has begun airing League of Legends tournaments and has some minimal esports coverage. These interests can't afford for their successful investments to be muscled out by a new industry 20 to 30 years from now, especially not while the financial capital required to get in now at the ground floor is pennies compared to the potential value of teams in the future. So sure, ESPN SportsCenter hosts may chuckle at the thought of professional video game players whenever they have a segment on them, but ESPN executives know it's important to establish their esports coverage now before a more visionary organization steals the market later. The typical NBA owner is usually a venture capitalist who's made their fortunes by hitting big on investing in the growth of companies. Growing a successful enterprise from scratch is hardly uncharted territory for them. And these are highly competitive individuals. Many of them spend their team's revenue at rates that maximize winning instead of maximizing their profits. These owners play to win, both on the field and at the bank. In the coming years, I expect nothing less than an arms race between these wealthy esports team owners. Right now, the market is wide open for any esports franchise to become the definitive brand of esports. Who's going to be the next Dallas Cowboys, the next Los Angeles Lakers, the next New York Yankees? The esports market is in a gold rush period. Expect the dollars behind team infrastructure and marketing to skyrocket. Expect team branding that fits the bill of more traditional sports. Expect the support staff on teams to be filled with a number of new positions that will work to secure more wins. Expect our professional esports teams to start looking a whole lot more professional very soon. Expect esports in America to boom. What do you think the future of esports looks like? I want to hear your speculation in the comments section below. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This has been Forrest with Faulty Lid. Until next time.